Could you tell us when and how did Russian soldiers take you from your house in Poland?
From my house in Poland, it was 2 o'clock after midnight. They broke the door with the rifles. They came with the rifles and shotguns, and they put us, everyone separate in different corner. Like I was in the bedroom with my 2 small children. My mother was in the kitchen with my father. We wasn't allowed to get in touch with nobody. My sister Nan was with me. And they gave us, they searched for everything they could get. And then they gave us 20 minutes to get ready. So they took me in my bedroom slippers and my nightgown and my 2 children. My sister Nan jumped and she says, "Go ahead, dress up the children." So whatever I could, I dress up the children with little coats, what we have up there, and they pack us on the sleds. It was very cold. It was in Europe 38 below zero. 38 below zero. And on the sled, they took us not to the first railroad station, but they took us to the farther railroad station. And our animals, like dogs and cats, they follow us. After they pack us in this cargo animal wagons, they pack us in these wagons and they shut the door. So our dogs and cats, they was crying to the heaven. So they have to kill them. They tried to kill the dog. They were shooting the dogs because they couldn't take it themselves. After that, we traveled to the Polish-Russian border. They transfer us to the Russian cargo wagons. Like they transfer us there. Oh my God. They must have people before us because we had got fleas, all kind of bugs on us. And they gave us 1 bucket of water for 24 hours. It was 71 people in one wagon, children, women, and men. And it was like they transfer us in Sarny. They on Polish-Russian border in the Sarny on Russian wagons, and the NKVD, whatever it was, they watching us with the rifles. We couldn't get nowhere. We just have to be there. We have to have toilet commode up there and everything. And in 24 hours, they brought another bucket of water. And this way, we passed the Moscow, not in the Moscow. Moscow was a side through the Volga River, through the Ural Mountains, to this station, Breda, to northern Kazakhstan. In this station, they have trucks up there, these cargo trucks, and they pack us like they carry here coal, whatever, gravel. They put us almost on the top of the other. It was very cold, storm, and it was strong wind. So they cover us with it's so hard for me to tell. Something like plastic, but it wasn't plastic. It was like they make tents. Material they make tents. So they cover us. There was no air, nothing there. Even, one child was suffocated up there because on my shoulder, I was carrying my 2 small children and praying to God so that I don't lose my conscience. And somebody have on my arms, somebody was sitting on my arms. We couldn't see because it was covered, everything. And we traveled 80 European miles like that, in this condition, to this gold mine town, small town, Żytogara. they put us in a big hall, barracks, you know, big, there, oh, I don't know how to tell, big barracks. There was no floor, nothing. People was lying on this dirt up there, on, except there was the roof, and they have a walls up there. They put us there, and for the first time, we got, I don't know how to explain, a few ounces of the bread, and we got, for the first time, we got hot soup, just once, and our children got milk. So we slept up there. Next day, they came with the rifles again and put us to the, they took us to the gold mines. They pack us on this lift underground, and we have to work underground, you know. There was water, no safety, you have to be in the water. And they did put dynamite, but we have this drilling machine. In this position like this, we have to drill these holes up there. And this way, you know, in the holes they put dynamite, and they blasted these gold stones, these rocks, because this was gold rocks. Then they have horses up there and little wagons, and they, some of us was loading these rocks on this wagon and bringing to the lift and taking outside and taken to the mill, gold mill. They make powder like a flour from that, and then they use chemicals, some kind, you know, solution, some kind like liquid, and they dissolve this powder, and they separated gold from the platinum and silver, whatever. They separate the gold. Then this little liquid, they have small little tiny dishes like this. It was ceramic dishes made from ceramic. I even have something. And they pour this liquid, and they have special electric ovens up there, and they boil it up there in this electric ovens, bake it. Then after that, they was making little bars, gold bars. They weigh this. People who was working there, they look under the tongue, in the ear, in the hair, so nobody took this gold. Nobody steal nothing up there. And they, you know, they did have a war this time with Estonia, I think. No, not Estonia. Tata, z kim oni walczyli?
Finland.
Finland. You're right. They have a war with the Finland, and they needed the gold for propaganda all over the world. So the gold was going over the seas. They was paying with their gold, you know, Finland, war in the Finland, and propaganda all over, they was doing that. And that's what, this way we was working. They brought us up there. It was, let's see, they took us 10th of February. We traveled 22 days. So it was, they brought us in March. We was working like that up there. We have to buy food. That's good thing my mother was enough old, so she didn't go to gold mines, so she was waiting in the line for 200 grams of bread. For one person, they gave you just 200 bread. You have to pay for it. You didn't get it free. You have to pay 200 grams of bread, and hot water you get. That's all what you get up there with this bread. So since March, in September we got amnesty. It was in May. And somehow they found out I was a seamstress. And the governor's wife invited me 1st of May to her mansion where she was living. It was beautiful, very pretty. They have parquet floors and beautiful furnitures and everything. And this governor, they got to like me. And he said, I would show you something, but you must swear you don't tell your people. Because my people was dying, dirty. If they come out of the mine after long hours work, they was full with the mud, with the dirt, wet, and it was cold up there. So he said, I show you something. See, we wasn't allowed to have radios, so we could get program over the seas from the other countries. And televisions, this time we didn't have televisions. Even the governor, he have radio, so he could hear the over the seas program. Here in the England, it was 1st of May, this is Russian holiday, communist holiday, 1st of May. General Sikorsky was talking to the people because people was hopeless. He said, my dear brothers and sisters, I take you from the farthest part of the world. As long as you be alive, I take you from everywhere. Just suffer a little bit more, and I will take you from there. I save you, but I be unable to save you from under the ground. It means from the graves. Then I start to cry, and he shut off. How I couldn't tell my people. I did. I tell my people because people was hopeless, down, sick, hungry. So I told my people, and it was really truth because in September we got amnesty, and on the day of amnesty, they caught me on my sewing, you know. They caught me, I was making for the hospital, you know, those white aprons, uniform, like doctor wear uniform. So I was making for them. They asked me to, and it was private. I wasn't allowed to do it, and I was doing that on my day off, and you know, on my day off, extra work, not in the working hours. So they put me, they caught me dead, and they sent the militia, police, and they didn't take me to the jail, but they put me in the court. I have had trial on this amnesty, but usually at night they check on us if somebody died, or because people try to get a little more bread. So sometimes they say they keep the dead body longer so they could get more bread because this body was, they count it still alive. So this time, like I told, we got amnesty. Oh, they caught me, and on the day amnesty, I got trial. I have to be in the court. I remember like this, they give me high fine, and everything. And there was a Korean lady. She was crippled a little bit. She was in court. She heard they are going to have trial for one Polish woman. So she was curious, and she came to the court. And she sat beside me like my husband now. And she said like that, please, don't be worried. You lived through it. I lived through it. I lived through it too, and you will. And it was during the day and late afternoon, this checkman check on us if we're still there, if somebody don't escape or die. And he usually asks in Russian language, how are you? I said, no good. Why? I say, I was in the court. They punished me for my extra work, so I wanted to feed my children myself. He said to me, who stupid punished you? I say, yes, they punished me for that. I supposed to go to the jail. And he said that the government, Russian government, gave amnesty even for the people who was in the jail. You are not in the jail. You live like free woman on Russian soil. You are not in the jail. Who stupid did that to you? And you know, he showed me Russian newspaper because they put in the newspaper that there was amnesty for all, you know, Polish people who they took from Poland. And so they got amnesty. They are not under the police no more. They are free to walk and free to go whatever they want to and free to travel. So after that, like we heard that, ran away, we sold our last belonging, and like I said, then I was designing the clothes for the president of transportation. 2 days and 2 nights for her. So this way I got trucks, regular trucks for, like they carried the coal or gravel. And we got back to the same station, 80 European miles to the same station, railroad station. And for our last belonging, what we sold, we rent the wagon, cargo wagon, animal wagon, anyhow. And this way we travel to, everything is Mongolia, Samarkand. It used to belong to China long, long ago. Then we traveled to the Farab on Amudarya River bank, and there was no railroad no more. Police came and they chased us out from the wagon, straight on the desert. No rooms to sleep, nothing. Whoever have low belonging, you know, we all, bunch of us together, we just slept on the bank of this Amudarya River. Then after that, the police came and my children got so sick. So my children was taken 3 o'clock after midnight to the hospital. I was waiting till 3 o'clock after midnight. But some of Russian people, they are good. So the nurse came to me and he said to me, "Mother, please don't go away. They have to take your children to the hospital. Even you have to wait another day and night." Like that she told to me. By this time, my mother and my sister and whatever I possessed a little bit, they was taken to these farms. You know how they have this government collective farms up there, far away, by train. By cargo train they was taken. That way I was left alone with my children up there. And both of my children was very sick. It was coming Christmas, and they start to organize, you know. They start, our priests start to have a mass, you know, somewhere under the tree, any place they could get, you know. And my children was so sick, and the doctor come to me and he said, "Mother, not today, tomorrow, your children will die." And I said to him, "No, my children won't die. No, doctor, my children won't die." To him like that. He looked at me, he thought I lost my mind. But they say we are going to have midnight mass. So I left my children in this hospital. Oh, there was windows broken and everything. There was men and children, everybody together. Like I have my children like this, one this way, on small, narrow, some kind bed. It was bed, but you know, it wasn't comfortable bed. So I left my children and go on this midnight mass. And I still possess my husband's police he was using for his police job, wintertime, and his boots. I have that home. And I am coming so hopeless back to hospital. I didn't have no room. I just stick my feet to warm up a little bit under my children's body, you know, and this way I was sitting. I was lucky they let me be with my children. I couldn't ask for anything else. And there was a lonely man on the desert, like I'm coming back to hospital. Something told me in my mind, ask him for the dog, so he could bring you the dog. Because the doctor said, Mother, you have to feed your children. We don't have a food for them. You know, so I start to ask, then I talk to this man. Could you bring me a dog? But kill it and bring me clean dog. Like that. He said, if you give me so much money, then I bring you the dog. He was a Polish man, but he wanted money. So I gave him this last fur coat, my husband's fur coat, and his boots for this dog, and he brought me this dog. I hide this dog somewhere under the floor outside because it was cold, you know. And they let me cook on the hospital kitchen. A little bit, I cook this dog like a soup for my children. So I gave them broth, and I gave the meat for the other children who were in better condition than mine. And this way, I saved my children's life, because the doctor said the fat, this broth and the fat, dog's fat, heals the lungs. It heals because they have both sides pneumonia, and it was the end, swollen feet, stomach big, like in Cambodia children we have up here. And this way, with this dog, I save my children's life. But not only one dog, then I try to hunt myself, whatever I could get, dog or cat or what was on the desert. Some places maybe a little bit clover grass, you know, I cook. Anything, something to eat, anything to eat, because people was dying from hunger every day. They didn't have a food. Then somehow, like General Sikorski said, they sent the Red Cross up there. Ja skończyłam na tym, że doktor powiedział, nie dzisiaj, to jutro, not today, tomorrow your children died. And I told him, no, doctor, my children never die. They won't die. And then after I got this, I tried to catch, after I got the dog, first dog from this man, and I gave him my husband's last boots and fur coat for this dog. I tried to feed them a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and like they was getting a very bad fever, then secretly I wet the towel, I go and buy this, yogurt from the horse female yogurt there, because they have it up there. And I buy and I wet the towel in this yogurt and rub them up to here, from here up to here in this yogurt, and it was lowering the fever for them. It was at night. So it was coming New Year's Eve, and the doctor come to me and he catch me like this. He said, Mother, what did you do? Your children feeling better. He took, this, and he tried to listen to their chest. What did you do? Your children feel much better. I said, oh, thank you, doctor, that's your doing. Because if I tell them the truth, what I was doing, they would chase me out from the hospital and separate me from my children. So I just praise him for that. It was his doing what he did to my children. Then I get to make a friend with Armenian lady. She was a doctor in this hospital, and she took me to her little house. She gave me small kitchen, and there was a little tiny narrow bed, and I kept my children up there, and I was staying with them. She had one bedroom, and this bedroom was her living room, dining room, and everything for this doctor. But she was so good to me, Armenian lady. I never forget her. And she said to me, listen, go and look for your sewing machine. Then you earn a little money and make living for your children. Go and look for your family if they have your sewing machine with them, like that. And she gave me some kind, you know, her shoes. They fit on my feet because it was hard to walk bare feet up there. And she said, I take care of your children. And she was the one, she gave me this, a few grams of bread, 200 grams. And so I left some for my children. She said, I take care of your children. You go ahead, bring your sewing machine, find your family. So, you know, I went. I have had this little piece of bread, and I catch the train. I couldn't purchase the ticket because they wouldn't sell it to me ticket. So I catch the train, and I went in the train, and this, you know, the inspection in the train, this train conductor come. He noticed I don't have a ticket. He kicked me out from the train. Like he kicked me out from this train. Train start to move, I catch train again. And you know, he noticed that like I was fighting to get to the place. The city name of the station was Karakul. It was in Uzbekistan, Karakul, this station. And he said to me like this, listen, woman, I hate to see you like that. Go to the toilet commode in the bathroom and lock up yourself up there and go this way. If somebody finds you there, don't tell them I did. I ask you to. You just tell them that you did that. He don't want him to tell the truth. He don't want me to tell the truth because he was afraid to lose his job, because he tried to help me. This way I got to the Karakul. Up there, I went on the market searching for my mother, my sister, Nan. People, Polish people, was selling the rest belonging what they possessed. For piece of bread or piece of some kind dry flour, anything they could get it. And I went to the NKVD, to the office, and I asked about my family because NKVD was watching upon us. And he said, oh, your family died long ago. So sun was coming down, and there was those Chinese walls up there. And I couldn't walk no more, so I just sat like this. And in my head, I was thinking, oh my God, what I'm going to do now? Where I'm going to sleep? Nothing to eat, no money. And here I stand up like this for a while, then I start to walk hopelessly, you know, like you walk hopelessly, just like this. And I hear voice of my mother. She called me my name, Frances, Frances. She said, what you are doing, baby, here? To me like that. And I said, Mother, I'm looking for you and for my sister. And she said to me like that. She asked me first, do you have piece of bread? Because I didn't have bread for a long, long time and I'm very hungry. But something was whispering to my ear, don't eat this bread. Save this bread. So I saved this bread and here I gave it to my mother. Here we're walking. My mother knew where she was walking. She sold my brother last belongings because he was taken to the army. Maybe he was already in the Iraq. This time he was taken to the army. And she was selling his shirts, his whatever, his belonging. And we're walking in the sand like this up to here in the desert up there. It was Uzbekistan, it was Tashkent's desert. And she says, well, we have to walk far away. And here we're walking like that, and the dog is following us. Again, female dog. And here the Asian people try to call this dog. No, this dog is following us, just like a miracle. And I said, Mother, do you have a rope? And my mother asked me, for what? I said, don't ask questions, just give me. So she tore some kind linen sheet, and I took this dog, and we brought this dog to this chicken coop where we used to live. My sister was dying from hunger. She couldn't walk. And what you are going to do with this dog? So, you know, before, I love animals. I wouldn't do it for $1 million here if somebody asked me to. But I have to compare what closer to my heart, my family, my children, or the dog. Dog was eating that dog, because dog was hungry too. So my mother hold this lousy door. What kind door there was, you know? I don't know how to name even the door. There was a stick, and we put the stick at night so nobody come in this chicken coop where we was sitting. And I hang this dog on the roof. Inside they have those, you know, 2x4s like we say up there. And I hang this dog, and I kill this dog, and this way I save my mother and my sister's life and mine. And I packed these last things, and I tried to take my mother to join my children, because this doctor, this Armenian lady, supposed to take care of them. It was in far up. There was a desert, nothing there. So I took my mother, and I went to this collective government, to this brigadier, they call brigadier. He was some kind boss, you know, to watch the Polish people working in on this collective farm. You don't get no money up there. They give you a little bit flour, that's all. That just flour. And I went to him, and I said, I'm taking my mother and my sister with me. And I asked him to give me, they call arba, you know, 2 wheels and 1 horse, and whatever they gave me, this horse. But this horse was so hungry he couldn't go. And this Asian man, he wanted to rob us from the last our belonging, like we was going back to Karakul railroad station, because I want to get back to Farah, to my children. And you know, my sister can hardly walk, and my mother, he was sitting on this horse buggy. And we just hold to it so strong, so he wouldn't be left behind on the desert. And here Nkavadeh is riding on the horse, dressed up with the medals up here, you know, and this. And he looked at us, and he asked us in Russian language, what's the matter, you women, holding and running like that to this? And I told him the truth, that this man is, and he was hitting this horse, couldn't walk good because was hungry. So he had some kind of board, and he hit this horse with the board, so this horse could run faster and faster. And this Nkavadeh, what's the matter, you two run? And I said, he's going to leave us on the desert and rob us from last our belonging, instead to take us to the Karakul station. Then he took the gun, and he said to this Asian man, he says, you better take these women to their destination. If not, you never come out of the jail. And he got scared, and this way he got back to the station. On the station, we was sitting under the wall on the station. We couldn't get no train, nothing. And the office worker, Russian office worker on this railroad station, he asked us, go and ask the cargo trains engineer. If they give you lift, you get the lift back to the farm. If they don't give you lift, but you ask him, you beg him to give you this lift. So he did, and I did. I begged him to give us lift. He was Ukrainian fellow, this engineer, from Kiev, somewhere from Ukraine. And he looked at us like this, and he says, I'm not allowed to do it, but maybe my family begging like you are begging me. So he gave us. He packed us in this cargo train, and this way we got to back to the farm. By this time, this Armenian doctor was taken to the army. And my children was chased out from this place, from this little kitchen room. And they was sitting somewhere under the tree, very hungry, and they have little feather comfort, what I have. This was the last one to cover them. It was in Asia, sometimes in December. In January, it's cold. They have even a little bit snow, but sun is burning it down. Sun is strong. And wind is strong up there. So my children was crying, sitting under this comfort, feather comfort, and crying, Mom, you left us, and we are so hungry. And my daughter, she couldn't bear hunger no more, and she asked my son, who was here in America in the army. You saw his pictures in the album. She asked him to go and beg the people. He said, Lydia, I won't beg. I can't beg. I wouldn't beg. So they took the water from the river. They have no salt, and they was drinking the salty water. Like I came to my children, then I have some leftover of the dog I killed up there in this collective farm, and I fed them, and that's the way we live. Then I brought my sewing machine with me too. I did get my sewing machine, and I started to work in the Russian sewing room up there to earn a little money. And we was working, and it wasn't enough, whatever I earned. We couldn't get nothing. But they start to organize the Polish army under British command. International Red Cross find out about it. And mostly from America, from the United States, they try to send us food. Like, you know, margarine, flour, a little bit sugar, something like that, you know. And for the first time, we got some clothes up there. And we was waiting, and they, up there. Then the army men come. You know, our government, our army officers, they sent him to look for the civilian people far away. And he came, and we were so hopeless sitting outside. There was no room for us. We didn't have a room. We didn't have an apartment. We didn't have nothing. Sitting outside under the Asian tree. And he was in the army uniform. And he said to me, listen, I go someplace else to gather the more people like you. And you be ready to be on Cherju railroad station. And I be there, but you have to have some money for me to pay the tickets for you. Here he make us army family. He was in 3 days like he was. I gather all people, not myself. There was about 25 of us up there. My 2 children and me. And and the other people, they start to fight with me, you know, on this Cherju station. Oh, maybe he's a cheater, maybe he lied to you, maybe he never come back. But he did come back. And he gave us, he packed us in the Russian army wagons, you know, as an army. Army and army family, army men and women and children. And you know, they almost take him to the jail for that. We came to Kitap station, where we was waiting for the transports to go over the seas, because there was army base. Polish army under British command. He take us there, and they took him, you know, to uncover there. But he was army man, you know, he was very smart man. His name was Grajewski. Grajewski, his name. I never forget his name. I have his picture in the album with his wife. He married Italian lady in the Italy. And then we was waiting, there Red Cross took care of us, and army, what they was getting food for the army, Polish army, under British, there was no British command, but they was dressed in the British army uniforms. They didn't have Polish uniforms, they have British army uniforms. And we was getting army kitchen, I was getting once a day soup for my family, and this way it took us about 2 months, and there was registration for the civilian family, because the transports with the army was going, everybody was going to Caspian Sea, to Port Krasnovodsk. And it was half of the civilian and half of the army. And this way, we was registered as an army family, and we got to Krasnovodsk. Then in Krasnovodsk, Russian government was checking on our papers, whatever we have. We were not allowed to have no money, nothing, no knife, nothing. We have to leave everything on the desert up there, on the Caspian Sea shore. Then they pack us in the cargo barges like we have here on Allegheny River, but bigger because it was sea, Caspian Sea. And we sailed to the Pahlavi. And in the Pahlavi, International Red Cross took care of us. Here there was, America was giving food and clothes, you know, they was collecting. They look like they even do now, you know. Miejscowość nazywa się Predy, ta stacja kolejowa taka malutka. Tam siedzieliśmy i czekaliśmy 3 dni i 3 noce na dworze, spaliśmy na polu i później nadjechał pociąg ciężarowy i porozmawialiśmy tam z tym dyżurnym ruchu na stacji, na tej kolejowej i wynajęliśmy sobie jeden wagon. Wszyscy, tak jak nas wyjechało około 50 osób, wynajęliśmy ten wagon i dojechaliśmy do Krasnowocka. Najpierw dojechaliśmy do, no tutaj na południu w Mongolii, czekaliśmy aż amerykańskie, polskie wojska zaczną wyjeżdżać za granicę. To były czasy generała Sikorskiego. No i później jako rodziny wojskowe dołączali cywilów do transportów wojskowych. Tam i to było w Szaherżabs, stacja mała kolejowa nazywała się Kita. I tam w Kitawie znowu dalej załadowali nas do wagonów ciężarowych i wagonami dojechaliśmy do Krasnowocka. I w Krasnowocku tam spaliśmy pod takim mostem chyba 24 godzin, dzień i noc, bez wody, bo nie było wody. Ja ostatnią poduszkę oddałam za szklankę słodkiej wody, bo strasznie było gorąco, a wody nie było. No ale później nadjechał ten okręt jakiś rosyjski, to był rosyjski okręt. Zdaje się, to był rosyjski okręt. No i wzięli tam, załadowali nas też pół wojska, pół cywili na ten okręt. I tak przejechaliśmy 24 godziny, jechaliśmy przez Morze Kaspijskie. Do Iranu, do Pahlevi. W Pahlevi pobyliśmy tam tydzień czasu. Załadowali nas na wozy ciężarowe, wojskowe wozy ciężarowe. I stamtąd przejechaliśmy do Teheranu. Po górach, po zakrętach, nawet nie wiem jakie tam góry mogły być. Jakieś może góry tak jak w Afganistanie, coś takiego. Ja myślę, że to te same góry. Przyjechaliśmy do Teheranu. W Teheranie wyładowali nas do takiej sortowni, nazywała się sortownia. I dali nam jeden koc pod spód, pościelić na te kamienie, a drugi na wierzch. I ja wiem, tam poduszek nie było, kółek pod głowę. No i tak siedzieliśmy chyba za 2 tygodnie w Teheranie. Tam dzieci zachorowały, poszły tam do szpitala w Teheranie. No i tam trochę nas odżywili. I 2 tygodnie byliśmy, ale ja tam nie chciałam być dłużej, bo mi to zbrzydło, to spanie w tej sortowni razem, bo jakie ja wiem, może 70 osób natychmiast załadowali nas na pociąg, osobowy pociąg w Teheranie. I tak pociągiem, do tego ja się zapisałam. Tam jeszcze może ze 2 osoby. Ja z dziećmi. Tam załadowali nas na ten pociąg i dojechaliśmy do Zatoki Perskiej. Tam w Zatoce Perskiej natychmiast załadowali nas na okręt wojskowy angielski. W tym czasie było bardzo niebezpiecznie tam jeździć. To ten okręt, pół okrętu było cywili, a pół było wojska angielskiego. Zdaje się, że i Polacy nawet tam byli też. No i na ten okręt, jak nas załadowali, ja nie wiem dlaczego ja tak kaszlę. Tak tym okrętem płynęliśmy do Bombaju najpierw, bo było bardzo niebezpiecznie. W tym czasie łodzie podwodne japońskie i niemieckie. Podwodne łodzie były. To ten jeden osobowy okręt doprowadziło 9 konwoj taki, okrętów towarowych i samoloty kontrolowały z powietrza i 3 łodzie podwodne krążyły koło naszego okrętu, żeby dojechać do Bombaju. W taki sposób dojechaliśmy do Indii, do Bombaju. Tam okręt naładował wody słodkiej na podróż do wschodniej Afryki. Przyszedł telegram, że nie wolno jechać, bo jest bardzo niebezpiecznie. W tym czasie wojna była. Znaczy japońskie łodzie i znowu niemieckie łodzie. Więc z największym pośpiechem cofnęli nas do Pakistanu, do Karachi. W Pakistanie, w Karachi byliśmy 3 miesiące tam. Siedzieliśmy w namiotach na pustyni. Tam była baza, amerykańskie wojsko tam było. I oni nas karmili, byliśmy zaprowiantowani w kuchni wojskowej, w bazie amerykańskiej. I spaliśmy w namiotach, w takich wojskowych namiotach, składane łóżka. To tam siedzieliśmy 3 miesiące na pustyni. Nareszcie przyszedł okręt i przyszedł rozkaz załadować nas na okręt. I znowu załadowali nas na okręt angielski, nazywał się Dilwara, ten okręt. Pół wojska, pół cywili znowu. I z Karachi płynęliśmy chyba 22 dni okrętem do wschodniej Afryki, do Mombasy, Ocean Indyjski. Przyjechaliśmy do Mombasy, natychmiast wyładowali nas na brzeg, załadowali nas na towarowe wagony, dali nam takie hełmy tropikalne, bo tam strasznie słońce jest. No i tak jechaliśmy do Nairobi. Dojechaliśmy do Nairobi, to jest też wschodnia Afryka, ja wiem jak oni to nazywają, Tanzania czy coś takiego. W Nairobi mieliśmy lunch i pojechaliśmy dalej aż nad rzekę Nil, Biały Nil. Tam już nie było torów wcale. Tam nas wyładowali na brzeg i załadowali wszystkich na takie tratwy. Tam był taki dach zrobiony z celty, wie pan, ja nie wiem jak oni to nazywają, celty. Z celty. Komary gryzły jak licho, bo tam ta rzeka Nil to wszędzie bagna są. Trawa wysoka, słoniowa, taka ogromna jest. No i na tych tratwach załadowali nam, tam dali nam trochę jedzenia, dali nam trochę chleba, tam co mogli.
To byli Amerykanie, Polacy?
To Amerykanie się zajmowali tym wszystkim. To organizacja jakaś zajmowała, bo dla nas było niebezpiecznie siedzieć. Ani w Karachi.
Byli tam żołnierze już polscy?
No, tam nie było polskich żołnierzy, nie. Tam nie było polskich żołnierzy.
To wszystko to Amerykanie robili,
Amerykanie to wszystko robili. Anglicy też robili to. Amerykanie i Anglicy. Załadowali nas na te tratwy, tam komary gryzły. Jeden policjant angielski, czarny, z karabinem na jednym końcu tej tratwy, a drugi na drugim końcu, bo strasznie krokodyli tam było dużo. I one potrafiły nawet skakać na te tratwy. Co my jechaliśmy, to oni z karabinów strzelali do nich, do tych krokodyli w taki sposób. Ich odstraszali od nas. Strasznie dużo krokodyli tak było. I jechaliśmy chyba dzień i noc.
Dojechaliśmy do takiego małego, ja wiem, to nie był port, jaki tam port to był. Dżungla afrykańska. Dojechaliśmy tam, wyładowali nas na brzeg i tam już wozy ciężarowe czekały na nas. Naładowali nas na te wozy ciężarowe i tak jechaliśmy cały dzień. Przystanęli, zatrzymali nas w dżungli, tak, nad jakąś rzeką. Tam nas zatrzymali i tam na takim, tam nam dawali trochę jedzenia, tam oni jakieś tam tą herbatę gotowali, bo wody tam nie wolno było pić, bo woda była niezdrowa do picia. Robaki takie były w tej wodzie, które przechodziły do krwi, a z krwi do wątroby i niszczyły wątrobę.
Może ameba to było?
Nie wiem, takie małe, cienkie, białe robaczki, cieniutkie. I to tak potrafiło zniszczyć wątrobę, że ludzie umierali od tego. Nie było rady na to. No i potem pokarmili nas. Przenocowaliśmy w namiotach takich nad rzeką Zambezi. Dojechaliśmy do Zambezi rzeki, ale tam nie wolno było zbliżać się na brzeg, bo tam tych krokodyli było cała kupa. Później zawieźli nas, ta miejscowość nazywa się Bunyoro, Uganda. To wszystko wschodnia Afryka. Bunyoro, Uganda i tam w Ugandzie, tam przywieźli sierociniec. Mieszkaliśmy w takich barakach po 50 osób. Po jednej stronie 25 i po drugiej stronie 25. Trzeba było pójść sobie do dżungli, nazbierać drzewa, aby sobie coś ugotować. Położyło się takie 2 kamienie i tak się gotowało tam. Ten kociołek z wodą i tam co kto mógł.
To tam nie było żadnej jakiejś organizacji, nie było...
Dawali nam suchy prowiant.
Były jakieś domy, baraki, w których mieszkaliśmy?
Baraki były tylko takie baraki ze słoniowej słomy. Były baraki. I tam były łóżka zrobione, siatka ze zwierzęcej, ze słoniowej skóry też. Ze zwierzęcej. I mieliśmy takie materace wypchane, wie pan, jak to w Polsce ludzie na wsi wypychali słomą, to tam był taki sizol. Z tego sizolu oni robili sznury w
Te łóżka to były podwójne, czy...?
Pojedyncze. Łóżka były pojedyncze, po 2 koce, mieliśmy po 2 koce, jeden na spód, nie było prześcieradeł, jeden na wierzch i poduszka wypchana właśnie z tego sizolu, twarda, no ale poduszka.
A ile ludzi mieszkało w takim baraku?
W takim baraku mieszkało 50 ludzi. Po jednej stronie 25 i po drugiej stronie 25. I dostawaliśmy suchy prowiant i trzeba było sobie zrobić taki z kamieni, zapalić ogień, pójść do dżungli, nazbierać tych patyków suchych i tej trawy słoniowej suchej.
A jedzenia wystarczało?
I jedzenia było dosyć, wystarczało. I gotowało się sami sobie gotowaliśmy tam w Ugandzie, w Masindi. To się nazywało Masindi, Uganda.
A to
Masindi,
były wszystkie jakieś konserwy z...
Były konserwy też.
Co było do tego jedzenia? Czy to było jakieś...
Chleb.
Chleb.
Chleb dostawało się, fasowało się dziennie chleba. Ja nie wiem ile na osobę, już nie pamiętam, dobry był chleb. Chleb i słodkie kartofle, te ziemniaki słodkie. Nie było białych kartofli tam, tylko słodkie kartofle i były eggplants, jak oni nazywają. Wie pan, co to jest eggplants, bo pan to na pewno tu w Ameryce to jest. Owoce były przeważnie, były manga, były banany, można było bananów dużo mieć, bo można było sobie kupić i dawali banany. No i pomarańcze
To było
dawali.
ogrodzone?
Ten obóz nie był ogrodzony. Gdzie tam ucieknie?
No tak. Nie,
Jak tam
chodzi o to,
dżungla. Dżungla, nieprzebyta dżungla i tam nie można było wyjść, bo tam dzikie zwierzęta rozszarpią. Tam bawoły były, cała kupa tych bawołów.
Kto tam przeważnie był w tym obozie?
Tam przeważnie byli tubylcy, murzyni.
Aha, ale
Murzyni
z Polaków.
Z Polaków to tylko my. I
To
ta
znaczy
obsługa,
kobiety,
co nas...
dzieci?
Kobiety i dzieci i ta obsługa, organizacja, co się nami opiekowała. Jeden mężczyzna miał pod sobą 20 osób pod swoją opieką. To znaczy zaprowiantować ich, ubrać ich, no i do szpitala jak trzeba było, a tam tak było. To była dżungla, tam nikt nie był, tylko czarni. To czarni, choć ich bolało, to oni tak i chodzili. a białych to się czepiały takie pchełki były, wie pan. Te pchły załaziły pod paznokcie u nóg. One wszędzie jak im się dało. Nie wolno było bielizny położyć, wysuszyć na trawie albo na krzaku. A jak suszyło się bieliznę na krzaku, to trzeba było dobrze, żeby prasować dobrze, żeby zabić te robaki. Bo tam pchały się te robaki do bielizny i później właziło pod skórę i znosiło jajka, i to nie jedno jajko, a dużo jajek. No wie pan, jak pchły czy wszy znoszą te gnidy, te jajka. No i do tego było moc, to my chodziliśmy najpierw, dopóki nam nie nalazło pod paznokcie, to chodziliśmy całą stopą. A jak tak, to później na piętach. A jak już nalazło na pięty i wyżej robiły się rany, takie rany się robiły, wrzody takie, bo tam te robaki rozrastały się i to rozwijało się, to już wtedy brali do szpitala. Taki obozowy szpital był też, taka była, no takie baraki były, dach tylko pokryty słomą słoniową, okien nie było, tylko worki takie zawieszone na noc, żeby tak komary nie gryzły. Komary i tak szły, bo drzwi nie były. To tam spaliśmy pod moskiterami. Pan wie, co to moskitery, siatki takie te. To spaliśmy, to każde łóżko miało moskiter i trzeba było dobrze podepchać pod ten siennik. Siennik nie ma teraz, żeby tam moskity tak mocno nie gryzły. No i węże. Węże potrafiły przez te ściany, przez tą trawę przejść i na łóżko się pchać. Trzeba było bardzo uważać. A węże były jadowite. Były i te pytomy też, te boa. I później były takie czarne węże. One siedziały na drzewach i z drzew rzucały się na ludzi i tak skakały na trawę po prostu. To było bardzo niebezpieczne, czarne węże. A później były kobry. Kobra, zielona kobra to była bardzo trująca. Jak ugryzła, to bardzo bolało. Trzeba było się śpieszyć z tym zaraz do szpitala. A były kobry plujące. Na przykład czarna kobra plująca, to ona ma taki płyn jakoś tam, ma te pęcherze takie. I ona, jak jej coś na przeszkodzie jest, to ona panu zapluje całą twarz, oślepiła oczy, nie zapuchła cała twarz, na oczy nie mógł nic widzieć, gęba spuchła, to brali takiego człowieka do szpitala i karmili go mlekiem. Mleko w niego lali, żeby tą truciznę, znaczy tego. I na oczy przykładali kompresy z mleka, żeby wyciągnęło tą spuchliznę. Ale potrafiło tak, że nawet i 3-4 dni nie można było odzyskać wzroku. Tylko człowiek był ślepy. Jak zapluła ta kobra, bo to tak wysoko. No jak puści do góry ten jad, ten płyn, to od razu całą twarz zapluje. No i tam byliśmy w tych barakach i tam przyjechał sierociniec do tych baraków. Tam, jak ja mówię, braliśmy jedzenie, prowiant, rozdawali nam, a tak to sobie gotowaliśmy sami. Suchy ten prowiant gotowaliśmy sobie sami. I był jeden grupowy, który miał pod sobą 20 ludzi i on załatwiał wszystkie sprawy dla tej grupy. Jak trzeba było czy do szpitala, czy jakieś inne papiery, dokumenta załatwić, to ten człowiek to wszystko załatwiał.
A w tym sierocińcu to od ilu do ilu ludzi?
A ten sierociniec mieszkał, tam było chyba z 1000 dzieci. Sierocińcu.
Od ilu lat do
Nawet i niemowlęta. Jak ojciec z matką umierali, to brali. To organizacja Czerwony Krzyż, przeważnie Ameryka, Anglia, zbierała te dzieci do sierocińca. Które były duże, to chodzili do szkoły. Tam była szkoła od 1. klasy powszechnej i później były gimnazja dla studentów, dla wyższych, znaczy wyższe uczelnie były. Byli profesorowie Polacy tam i uczyli w wyższych uczelniach, w gimnazjach uczyli. No i ja w tym baraku długo nie byłam, w tym przejściowym, bo jak przyjechał sierociniec i ja zgłosiłam się do szycia do sierocińca. Zabrali mnie i zabrali 25 innych tam do sierocińca pracować. Czerwony Krzyż nam płacił za to. Tam już nam płacili.
Wystarczało.
Wystarczało i tam mieliśmy Mieszkaliśmy też w barakach.
Ile oni płacili wtedy?
O, płacili nam po 12 szylingów. Mało, po 12 szylingów
dziennie,
na
tak?
miesiąc.
Na miesiąc.
Na miesiąc, bo była
To ile to w
żywność.
przeliczeniu na dolary jest? 12
O, w przeliczeniu na dolary nie było
W
to
tym
dużo.
czasie było z 2 dolary może.
Mało, bo to obozowa płaca to dla Czerwonego Krzyża. Czerwony Krzyż tym się zajmował. No to oni nam za pracę to płacili, ale to tak było. Ja zapisałam się do pracy do sierocińca. I moje dzieci zabrali razem ze mną, już tam miały opiekę i przychodziły do mnie na noc, spały ze mną, a na dzień były w szkole. Uczyły się, tam byli polscy nauczyciele i oni uczyli w szkołach po polsku i po angielsku. I kaplica była zrobiona taka pod tym drzewem tropikalnym. Tam był taki braciszek, on był monk, jak tutaj nazywają monk. Nie był wyświęcony jeszcze na księdza. I on zakonnik i on uczył dzieci religii i on pięknie śpiewał. Tak pięknie śpiewał. Jak on podczas mszy świętej zaśpiewał w dżungli, to jak głos rozchodził się na cały sierociniec. A tam było sierot może ze 2000.
A jak on się nazywał?
Braciszek my go nazywali, inaczej nie, my nie wiedzieli jego nazwiska, tylko Braciszek. Ale on był bardzo dobry, on się opiekował dziećmi, sierocińcem się opiekował i odprawiał nabożeństwa dla nas, uczył dzieci religii, no i załatwiał wszystkie sprawy dla sierocińca z władzami angielskimi, bo tam Anglia tym wszystkim się opiekowała. To było pod rządem angielskim. No i tam, jak ja zapisałam się do sierocińca z dziećmi, zabrali mnie do sierocińca, tam miałam 25 pracownic, ja byłam cała, ja rządziłam tym całym. Ta szwalnia to była nie moja, Czerwonego Krzyża, ale ja musiałam to wszystko, bo szyliśmy ubrania dla wszystkich tam. I dla dorosłych, i dla takich malutkich, i dla niemowląt. Materiały przychodziły z Czerwonego Krzyża. Czerwony Krzyż przysyłał nici, igły, materiały, takie drlichy, wie pan, takie kaki, koloru kaki, pan wie co to jest. I tego, no i maszyny do szycia. Maszyny nie były elektryczne, maszyny były takie.
Ile pani pracowała dziennie?
O, ja pracowałam po 12 godzin tam dziennie. Ale ja miałam już jedzenie gotowe. Zaprowiantowana byłam w kuchni, tam gdzie dzieciom gotowali. Kuchnia sierocińca, tam gotowali dla sierocińca i dla tych, co pracowały.
To wszystkie kobiety tak pracowały, czy coś innego robiły też? Czy tylko szyły?
I ja szyłam, to ja miałam przedzielonych dla siebie 25 kobiet. Musiałam ich doglądnąć, musiałam wziąć przymiarki z każdej osoby, miarę wziąć i musiałam pokroić. Musiałam im pokazać, gdzie, co, jak, żeby to dobrze wyszło.
A co inni Polacy robili?
A inni Polacy, tam nie było mężczyzn, tam kobiety gotowały tylko. A była pralnia, kobiety prały dla sierocińca. To były kobiety, co prały i były kobiety, co gotowały w kuchni też. A było coś za 2 mężczyzn, co tylko palili w tych kotłach tam, te kotły. To drzewo ciągali z dżungli i palili w kotłach. Tam nie było mężczyzn, bo tam kto był zdrowszy, to wszystko na wojnie poszedł na front. A tam tylko byli takie już niedołęgi, co już ich wojsko nie chciało, co ich wyrzucili.
Ale brali tych młodych, brali też do wojska, 17-letnich?
Tak. I tam byli studenci w tym wojsku i później przyszedł rozkaz, żeby się do 17-letnich chłopców ze szkoły, od książki, znaczy musieli porzucić wykształcenie i jechać do Palestyny, tam na Środkowy Wschód. Chłopcy jechali. To było bardzo smutne, bo to młodzi chłopcy, to wszystko pojechało, wie pan, zabrali to wszystko do Palestyny i tam ich ćwiczyli w wojsku i to wszystko posłali na front, wszystko. Tam nikt nie ocalał z tych młodych ludzi, z tych młodych 17-letnich chłopców. To wszystko wyginęło we Włoszech, jak ich posłali na front. Przećwiczyli ich trochę tam na Środkowym Wschodzie, nauczyli trochę jak obchodzić się z bronią i później posłali to na front. To było bardzo smutne. Ja pamiętam, jak ten braciszek miał przedmowę dla nich. Przemawiał, mówi, że może przyjdzie taki czas, że już nie będziecie musieli iść, rzucać książki i wykształcenie, a iść na front i walczyć o wolność Polski. Każdy myślał, że walczy o wolność Polski. A tej Polski jak nie było, takiej nie ma do dzisiaj. Stamtąd. No i dużo nas tam chorowało na malarię, bardzo dużo, to tam było obozowe takie szpitale. Był jeden taki doktor wojskowy, Żyd, doktor Zaks. To on był takim całym zarządem.